My name is Lydia. This is a Funky Buddha virtual power flow class. And today we're going to be playing around with chaturangas and inversions. Both require a lot of upper body strength. We're going to get started today on your belly in crocodile pose. Just go ahead and lay down flat on your belly. And you just stack your hands and rest your forehead right down into your hand. These first couple moments in this belly down position, you can use the ground as feedback for your breath. Gently just begin to turn your attention inward to your breath. Notice the support of the ground underneath you. Notice the expansion of your belly down into the ground with each one of your inhales. Keep doing that, turning attention inward. Keep drawing your attention into your breath. Notice if your attention has been pulled already to something outside of your practice. If that's normal, just really gently let go of whatever called your attention away, and then come right back to your breath. Begin to breathe a little more purposefully with intention down low into your belly. See if you can create even more pressure down into the floor underneath you as you breathe in. Perhaps you begin to notice a little movement in your shoulders, in your chest, and in your back. Take your arms and goalpost them out to the sides. Press both of your palms flat. And then take a peek at your elbows. Make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders. They may need to adjust your elbows a little up or down. Flip your right cheek so it's resting down into your mat. And then lift your left leg up, keep it straight, but press it behind you for a goalpost shoulder stretch. So what we're looking for here is a stretch on the front side of your right shoulder. If you'd like to deepen that stretch, you can play around with inching your right hand just a little further forward. You can also bend your top leg and then place your foot behind you if that feels okay in your back. Stay here and keep breathing. Slowly come back through center. And then switch sides. This time press a little more firmly into your left palm. Flip your left cheek so it's resting down. And then lift your right leg up and press it behind you for that goalpost shoulder stretch. You can come up to fingertips here in your right hand. And again, you can bend your top leg and place your foot behind you. Come back to center. And then press up to tabletop to your hands and knees. Take a few rounds of cat and cow to wake up your spine. Move slow here with your own breath. Come back to center, take a neutral spine. And then make sure that your knees are directly underneath your hips. Bring your left hand just a little closer to the center of your mat. So scooch it a little further over towards the right. And then curl your toes under. Reach your right hand forward. Reach it forward towards the wall or the space in front of you. Look down right in front of your bottom hand so the back of your neck is long. And then really slowly lift your left leg back. This is bird dog. This is your first balancing pose today. Draw your navel towards your spine. Rest your eyes lightly on one spot down at the ground. That will help with balance. Just another round of breath here, in and out. Slowly come back to center at tabletop. This time bring your right hand just a little closer towards the center of your mat. And then reach your left hand forward. Take your right leg back for bird dog on the other side. Flex your lifted foot here so that your toes are pointed down towards the ground. Lift your arm so it's in line with your ear. And again, keep your gaze steady. That will help with balance. Just one more round of breath here. Come back to center at tabletop. Bring your forearms down to your mat. So set your elbows down where your hands were, and then flatten your palms down into your mat. We're going to do one little skill drill here. This is prep for dolphin push-ups, for warming up your shoulders. Listen, take a breath in. Look between your thumbs. Shift your weight forward and tap your nose right between your thumbs. Shift back. Do that again. Shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Last time, shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back, press up to tabletop, and then make your way to downward facing dog. Go ahead and take any movement here that feels good in your body. You can pedal out your heels. You can give your head a shake. As you begin to settle in here, really shift your attention to your hands. Press a little more firmly into your thumbs and your pointer fingers. Create an even bigger bend in your elbows from left to right. And then hug your thumbs together and press your chest back towards your legs. Look forward right between your hands. Tiptoe forward 1 inch at a time. When you reach the top of your mat, split your feet and take ragdoll. From opposite hand to opposite elbow. And give your chin a tuck to lengthen the back of your neck. Take some movement here from side to side. Give your head a shake, yes. Give your head a shake, no. Release your mind. Heel toe your feet so they're right underneath your hips. Take a halfway lift. Press your hands into your shin. Bow forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise up. Reach up. Bow forward. Press your palms together. Lower down slowly. Halfway lift. Step back to high plank. Stack your shoulders right over top of your wrists. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And then press down into your hands and your feet And without moving them, pull them towards each other to light up your belly. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Inhale. Come to forearm plank, set your elbows down. Press your palms flat down into your mat. Look right between your thumbs. Now take your feet, walk them in towards your hands. This is dolphin pose. For dolphin, bend your knees, walk your feet in as close as you can get them towards your face. Here we go, take a breath in. Shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Do that again, shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Last time, shift forward. Shift back, downward facing dog, straighten your arms. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Lift your heels. Look forward right between your hands. Hop or step forward. Take a halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, reach up. Bow forward. Empty your breath. Halfway lift. High plank. Right away, inhale. Exhale. Soft bend in your elbows. Look down to lengthen the back of your neck. Take a full breath in. Come to forearm plank, set your elbows down. Right away, flatten your palms, walk your feet in towards your hand. Really pike up your hips, come up to your tippy toes. Here we go, take a breath. Shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Shift forward, tap your nose. Shift back. Last time, shift forward. Shift back, downward facing dog, straighten your arms. Inhale. Exhale. Long breath in. Longer breath out. Come to tippy toes. Look forward, push your breath out. Hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, reach up. This time, chair pose, goal post your arms. Stay right here, keep your breath moving. And then notice your belly with your arms in this goal post position. If your belly starts to open out and forward, really gently draw your low ribs together so your belly is still doing some work. Drive down through both of your heels, lift your toes up off of your mat. Really nice, take a breath. Breathe out. Spread your fingers wide. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath. Release and bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Crunch in, knee to chest, and then hold right here. Use your muscles here to lift your knee up tight to your chest. Now look forward and lightly shift your weight forward. Place your foot down, take warrior one. Rise up slowly with your breath. Stay right here and then direct your attention down to your feet. Press down firmly into your front heel. And then press it to the outer edge of your back foot. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Warrior two, open your arms. Take a breath right here. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. Stay here. Keep your hips low. Reach for one more breath. Chaturanga. Measure out your breath here all the way to the bottom of your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and back. Crunch, knee to chest, hold right here. Use the muscles in your belly to draw your knee a little closer to your chest. Now lightly step your foot forward. Warrior one. Stay right here. Use your muscles to pull your front knee a little wider and open to the left. Press into the pinky toe blade edge of your back foot. Reach up strong through both of your ring fingers. Take this breath in. Warrior two. Draw your shoulder blades together. Walk your gaze right over top of your front hand. Reverse warrior. Stay here, breathe out. Just one more breath. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog. Down dog and stay. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Lift your heels. Look forward, get empty. Hop or step forward. Halfway bend. Bow. Rise up, take a breath. Chair pose, goal post your arms. And just like the first time, spread your fingers wide. Draw your elbows behind you. Use to strengthen your upper back. Hug the space between your legs together. Drive your heels down into your mat. Take a breath. Breathe out. In. Out. Biggest breath. Release and bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Crunch in, knee to chest, hold here. Super strong. Lift your knee up away from the ground. Now lightly set your foot down. Warrior one, rise up. Stay right here. Clasp your hands at your low back. And then see if you can pull the heels of your hands together to flatten your palms together. Pull your hands down towards the ground. What we're looking for here is an opening on the front side of your chest. Take a breath. Pull your hands down. Inhale. Squeeze your palms together. Biggest breath in. Humble warrior. Drop your chest low and heavy inside of your front leg. Take a breath. Breathe out. Press your hands up. Drop your chest low. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior one, come back and reach up. Warrior two. Pivot to the left. Take horse pose. Press your knees wide and then sink your hips down low to the ground. Shift around a little bit here from left to right. Notice the weight in your heels. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath. Release and bow forward. Be in a wide leg forward fold. I'm going to turn here so you can see a little better. Your wide leg forward fold. Walk your feet a little closer back towards the back edge of your mat. And then take your hands, plant them about shoulder width distance or a little wider than shoulder width distance down onto the floor or onto your mat. Bring the top of your head down to the ground. And you want to make a triangle here with your head and your hands. Once you have that, bend your elbows, bend your knees, and then come into a tripod position. So we're working on inversions today. This is a simple inversion with your heart higher than your head. Stay right here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your gaze steady. Look about 6 inches in front of your face. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Biggest breath. Release. Everybody meet back in that wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Chaturanga, step back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and back. Crunch in, knee to chest, hold right here. Super strong. Lift your knee up high away from the ground. Now lightly set your foot down. Warrior one, rise up. Stay right here. Take your hands and clasp them at your low back. And then just like before, pull the heels of your hands together. We're looking for that opening on the front side of your chest. Sink a little deeper and lower into your front knee. Pull your hands down towards the ground. Take a breath. Breathe out. In. Empty out. One more breath. Humble warrior. Sink your chest low inside of your front leg. Press your chest low to the ground. Keep pulling your hands up towards the ceiling and then pressing them forward to open up the front side of your body. Have really nice. Take your breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Come back to warrior one. Breathe in. Warrior two, open up your arms. Pivot towards the right. Take horse. Press into your heels. Sink your hips low to the ground. Press your tailbone down towards the floor here to bring your spine to a neutral upright position. Drive down into your heels. Lift your toes up off of your mat. Stay for one more breath in. Be in that wide leg forward fold. And then take your feet, switch them a little further behind you towards the back edge of your mat. Bring the top of your head down to the ground. Plant your hands back by your feet. So again, you're making a triangle with your head and your hands. Bend your elbows, bring your knees to the back of your arms for an easy tripod. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Biggest breath. Everybody release, meet back in that wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Chaturanga, step back. Upward facing dog. Down dog and stay. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. Let your head and neck hang heavy. Press your hands down and forward. Press your chest back towards your legs. Come up to your tippy toes. Look forward, clear your breath. Hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, breathe in. Chair pose, full post your arms. Just one breath here. Bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Crunch in, knee to chest, hold right here. Flex your lifted foot, pull your knee up higher towards your chest. Now lightly set your foot down. This time crescent lunge, spin your back heel up as you rise. Reach both hands up towards the ceiling. Reach up strong through both of your ring fingers. Bend your back knee just a little bit. And then use that space to press your tailbone down and forward to lift your hip points up towards your low ribs. Take a breath. Bring your hands to heart center. Just one breath here. Open arm twist to the right. Stay low at your front knee. And then use your muscles here to draw your right shoulder blade behind you. We're looking for a twist here that comes from right behind your heart. So notice that the twist is coming all from your belly, from your waistline. Cinch your navel in towards your spine, and then use the strength in your upper back to twist open. Really nice. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center, crescent lunge. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and back. Crunch in, knee to chest, hold here. Super strong, squeeze your knee up tight. Now lightly set your foot down. Crescent lunge, rise up. Just like on the first side, bend your back knee. Use that space to press your tailbone down and forward. Draw your shoulder blades together. Reach up strong through both of your ring fingers. Bring your hands together at heart center. Crescent twist to the left. Use this open arm twist. And again, use the strength in your upper back to draw your left shoulder blade behind you. Stay deep and low in your front knee. Now, really nice. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take this breath in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Twist it all the way out. Come back to center, crescent lunge. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog. Down dog, release. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Lift your heels. Look forward, get ready. Hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise up, take a breath. Chair pose, hands together at heart center. Take one breath in. Open arm chair twist to the right. Now draw your right shoulder blade behind you here to twist open. And this doesn't need to be your deepest seat ever. So if you're sitting really low, but that's causing your tailbone to pop out behind you, come out of your seat just a little, and then press your tailbone down and forward. Really nice. Keep your arms wide, draw your shoulder blades together. If you're feeling like you'd like to deepen the twist, walk your eyes over top of your right hand. Take this breath in. Twist it all the way out. Come back to center, chair pose. Hands together at heart center. One strong breath in. Chair twist left. Use your muscles in your upper back here. Draw your left shoulder blade behind you. Squeeze that muscle. Again, if you'd like to deepen the twist, walk your eyes directly over top of your left hand. Spread your fingers wide. Press your tailbone down. Tuck it underneath you. Take a breath right here. Stay to exhale. Come back to center, chair pose. Release and bow forward. Split your feet so they're a little wider than your hips. And then take gorilla, flip your hands, and walk your feet right up onto your palms. Walk your feet up high enough that your toes land right into your wrist creases. Give yourself a little massage in your wrist creases as a release for all the chaturangas that you've done. Use these rounds of breath as a reset. Really allow your head and neck to hang heavy. Release your mind. Heel toe your feet so they're back underneath your hips. Take a halfway lift. Bow. Half lift. Bow. Rise all the way up. Take a breath. Build eagle. Right leg over, right arm under. A couple options for your eagle arms. You can either stack forearms right under left, or you can take the full arm bind. You're looking for something here that feels supportive in your chest and in your belly. It allows you to take really deep belly breaths in and out. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Listen, unwind. Keep your left knee lifted. And then really slowly transition into airplane pose. As slowly as you can. Begin to press your right heel back. Reach your hands behind you. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Find a soft place for your gaze to rest that will help with balance. Take a breath. Lift your triceps a little higher. Hug your arms together. Notice the strength in your upper back. Keep resting your gaze lightly at one spot down on the ground. Here we go. Take a full breath in. Begin to bend your standing leg. Bring your left hand down and open up for half moon. Half moons, flex your lifted foot, and then keep a bend in your standing leg. Yeah, really nice. Keep your gaze steady. You can either keep looking down, or as you become steady, begin to walk your gaze higher up towards the ceiling. Press your hips forward to open them up slightly. Now keep that lifted foot flexed. Stay for one more breath in. Release and bow. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Exhale. Rise all the way up. Breathe in. Take eagle. This time left leg over, left arm under. And whichever arm bind you chose the first time, maybe try the other one on this time just to see how it feels. Press your elbows forward until you notice a stretch right between your shoulder blades and your upper back. Take a breath. Breathe out. Hug your legs together. Sink your hips down and back. Inhale. Exhale. Unwind. Keep your left knee lifted. Transition into airplane pose slowly, move with intention. As you move, press your left heel behind you. Keep your lifted foot flexed. Point your lifted pinky toe down towards the floor. Spread your fingers wide. Lift your triceps 1 inch higher and then hug your upper arm bones towards each other. Keep your gaze steady. Look at the place where you're going to set your hand. Now begin to bend your standing leg. Slowly bring your right hand down and open up for half moon. Again, half moons, you can either keep your gaze down at the floor, or you can begin to walk your gaze up a little higher towards the ceiling. Draw your tap shoulder blade a little further back to open up your chest. Keep that bend in your standing leg. Notice your lifted foot. Flex your lifted foot so your toes are pulling back towards your shin bone. Really nice. Take a breath. Breathe out. Biggest breath. Feet together and bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Crunch in, knee to chest, hold right here. Use your muscles, squeeze your knee up high. Now lightly set your foot down. Warrior 1, rise up. Open to warrior 2. Pivot to the left. Take horse. We're not here very long. Shift your weight around, drive down through both of your heels. Stay for 1 more breath in. Release and bow forward. Be in that wide leg forward fold. Put your feet so they're a little further towards the back edge of your mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Plant your palms flat. Make sure your face is at least shoulder width distance apart, if not wider. And then bring the top of your head down to the ground. Bring your knees to the back of your upper arms. Be in your tripod position. If you feel good, stay here. If you'd like more, draw your knees in towards your belly, and then maybe play around with pressing your feet up towards the ceiling for a tripod headstand. If you're in the headstand or moving toward it, keep your gaze steady. That will help your brain find itself in space. Wherever you are, really slowly begin to transition out. If you're coming out of your headstand, press into your hands as a counterbalance while you lower. And then everybody meet back in that wide leg forward fold. So if you're playing around with that headstand, you can stay in this wide leg forward fold for a second to reset. We're going to do the other side. The most important part of that balance is that you create a triangle with your head and your hands. So if you're feeling unsteady, it may be that your head is coming right between your hands, which won't allow you enough space to balance. Okay, we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Everybody walk your hands forward, take a down dog. Lift your left leg up and back. Crunch in, knee to chest, hold right here. Squeeze your knee up super tight to your chest. Now lightly step forward, take warrior 1, rise up. Open to warrior 2. Pivot towards the right. Take horse, press your knees wide, sink your hips low. Again, we're not here very long. Sink your hips down low to the floor. Now release and bow forward. Be in that wide leg forward fold. Really nice. Walk your feet towards the back edge of your mat behind you. And then bring the top of your head down to the ground. Bring your knees to the back of your upper arms. You have the option to hold here if you'd like. Again, this is an inversion. So notice the blood sort of dumping down back towards your heart and your head. If you'd like to play around with more, press into your hands and then keep your gaze steady. Begin to press maybe one foot or both feet up towards the ceiling to take a headstand. It's okay if this is messy or if you fall out. That's how you practice these sort of things. right? And if you're feeling unsteady, again, what might be happening is when you bring your head down, it's landing right in between your hands. Your head needs to be a little further away from your hands to be able to have a firm balance. Wherever you are, take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Slowly begin to transition out of whatever balance you're in. Drop your feet and then meet back in that wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Downward facing dog, step back. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Forward into high plank. Really slowly, like a slow motion chaturanga, lower all the way down to your belly. And then when you reach the floor, set up for locust, bring your arms down parallel to the sides of your body. Now press your palms flat, spread your fingers nice and wide. Together, take a breath in to fill. Exhale all the way out. Locust, rise up. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Biggest breath. Come down, rest on one of your cheeks. Put your palms up towards the ceiling here. Create a little space right between your shoulder blades. Set up for another round of locust. Press your palms flat down into your mat or into the floor. Take a full breath in. Exhale all the way out. Locust, rise up. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Biggest breath. Come down and rest on your other cheek. Again, flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Create a little space right between your shoulder blades and your upper back. Set up for upward facing dog. Bring your hands down at your mid to low rib cage. And then untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are pressing flat. Take a peek at the heels of your hands. So if your hands are up higher, inch them back enough that the heels of your hands are directly underneath your elbows. Draw your elbows towards your spine to activate the muscles in your upper back. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Right away, come to your tippy toes. Look forward between your hands. Come all the way through onto your back. And when you reach the floor, go ahead and set up for bridge pose. So today, I'm going to teach you a supported bridge pose. You're welcome to take a traditional bridge pose or a wheel here if you'd like as well. For a supported bridge, if you have a block handy with you, or you can roll up some towels, or if you have a pillow, what you'll do is drive down into your heels. Really slowly begin to lift your hips up off of the floor. And then when your hips are lifted, slide your block either at a medium, low, or high setting right underneath your hips. And just allow the block to support your hips. Put your shoulder blades together underneath you. If you'd like, you can clasp your hands underneath your low back. And then draw your knees towards each other. Yeah, really nice. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Biggest breath. Come all the way down. Slide your block to the side if you have. We're going to take one more back bend today, either bridge or wheel. Again, you can take a supported bridge if you'd like. That's what I'll be doing today. Wherever you are, take a breath. Exhale. Notice the empty pause at the bottom. Bridges, wheels, or supported bridge, rise up. Stay here. Keep breathing. Wherever you are, dive your heels down into the ground. Lift your toes. Put your shoulder blades together and then tuck your chin in slightly towards your throat. Puff up through your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a breath. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Biggest breath. Reclined butterfly. Come all the way down. Set your block to the side if you have one. You can either take reclined butterfly here, or you can also take a reverse butterfly. Bring your knees together. Take your feet wide. Choose whichever one feels the most supportive in your low back. Draw both knees in towards your chest. Make a few circles with your knees. Rock from side to side. We're looking here for a release in your low back. Take happy baby. Reach for the bottoms of your feet. Pull your knees down towards the ground. Think about pressing each one of your vertebrae down into your mat here. Pressing your tailbone down towards the floor to bring your spine back to neutral. Release your body. And then make your way into half pigeon with your right leg forward. However you'd like to get there. If you'd like to down dog in between, you're welcome to do so. As you find your half pigeon shape, make sure that you feel supported. So since you're practicing in your own space, use whatever's available to you. You can place blocks or pillows underneath your chest. You can slide a pillow underneath a floating hip. Slide a cushion underneath your forehead. Take a moment here to check in with your thoughts, check in with your attention. This stillness is causing you to want to fidget or it's causing sensations to rise up in your body, that's normal. Just come right back to your breath. And your next round of breath, see if you can notice the entire thing from beginning to middle to end. Press up to tall arms. Then make your way into half pigeon on the other side, however you'd like to get there. So again, you're welcome to take a down dog in between if you'd like. Just like the first side, use whatever props or supports you have near you. Slide a block or a pillow underneath your chest. If your hip is floating, slide a cushion underneath your floating hip. Walk your elbows nice and wide away from each other. And then allow your forehead to rest down either into your mat or down into your hands. That little mini check-in again with your thoughts. Notice if your attention has wandered. If it has, that's okay, that's normal. Just really gently, without judgment, draw your attention back to your breath. Notice if there are any places in your body where you're still holding on. Let go of one thing to drop in a little deeper to this shape. Press up to tall arms. Kick legs up the wall or any inversion of your choice. So an inversion in yoga is any posture with your heart higher than your head. For legs up the wall, you can take a block or a cushion, slide it under your hips, sort of like we did in that supported bridge pose, and then send your legs up towards the ceiling. You can also play around with that tripod headstand if you'd like here. If you're at home near a wall, you can use the wall to press up against. Whichever one you choose, land somewhere that feels supportive to your practice and in your body. slowly make your way down. So flat to the side if you were using one. Just draw both knees in towards your chest. If there's any other shape or posture that you need to take for your practice to feel complete, go ahead and take that now. When you're ready, Shavasana. Stretch out long onto your mat. Keep your arms and legs nice and wide. Take deep rest. I'll keep the time for us here, so really allow yourself to settle in. Come back to your breath. Do small movements with your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, make your way slowly onto your right side. Press up to a seat. Keep your eyes closed if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, fix your gaze somewhere down at the floor or down at your mat. Bring your hands together at heart center, or bring your thumb knuckles up to the center of your forehead. To end our time together today, I'll say a series of loving kindness meditation phrases to you to take with you on your way. After that, I'll thank you for your practice. And if you'd like, I invite you to join me in a silent nod or bow of gratitude. Yogis, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with loving kindness.